Science News Reports, and that is going to deal with the area of vocabulary. Remember, you need to highlight 3 words in your article that you do not know, and then find the definitions in the dictionary and use them in new sentences. So what is the process for doing that? Well, if you remember back at our article, you may have actually done a bunch of highlighting. You may not have highlighted anything. Regardless, you're going to choose 3 of those words, okay? And then you are going to go in and highlight those words, okay? So if I turn my highlighter on here, oops, okay, and if I've already highlighted one color, please choose a second color to go back and highlight to really show me what are the 3 words. So maybe I'll go in here and I will choose some new words. So I'm going to re-highlight slobber and dangling and genetic. Maybe those will be my 3 new words. Okay, so I'm going to take the words slobber, dangling, and genetic and turn them into new vocabulary. Remember, my vocabulary should look just like this section here. Okay, bold and a word, and then we're going to tab in. So I'm going to come down in my work, write new vocabulary, and then write my first word, slobber. I'll double space, and then we also had dangling and genetic. Okay. And I want to take those and make sure that I turn them into bold words. Okay. Now, I also need to make sure that I tab in before writing. Okay. Just put in some spaces in there to hold my place so that I can go back and turn these into bold words. Okay. So we're creating our template. That's not terribly hard to do. Okay. Now, I need to find the definition of slobber. There's many ways you can do that. You can go to dictionary.com. You can go to an online dictionary. If you have a Mac, you can go up in the corner to Spotlight and even type the word in, slobber, and look it up in the dictionary. Okay. So I've got my word, slobber, so on, okay, which is to have saliva dripping copiously from the mouth. That's a slightly strange definition. You might even need to look up what is saliva to know what that means. And saliva, okay, oops, I clicked on have apparently. Saliva is the watery liquid from your mouth, your spit. Okay, you can always go ahead and look that up into a Thai dictionary, see if that helps you as well, if that makes sense for you. So we go and we open up the word slobber, and you are allowed to go ahead and even copy paste the definition. Okay. You might need to change the font or something like that. I'll do that at the very end. But then what you need to do is use that in your own sentence. Okay? So tab in twice. Notice I did that. Hit the tab once. I hit the tab again and it jumps over. And then I would maybe write the dog was slobbering all over its owner when he returned home. Okay? So using slobber in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and change my margins. There's nothing that says you can't do that too. To try and remember, this needs to all fit on one page. Okay? And then make sure I've left a space. Okay, I'm going to go back up and do dangling. I can go to my dictionary, look up dangling, and hanging or swinging loosely. Okay? a pair of dangling earrings. What you should not do is copy paste the definition and then copy paste the sentence as well. Okay? You are supposed to write your own sentence. Okay? Turn that into your own sentence. Okay? I was dangling from a tree. Okay? You're hanging from the tree, maybe. So you would do that multiple times. Do that for all three of them. Genetic. There it is, all the way down there. Of or relating to genes or hereditary, or of or relating to the origin arising from a common origin. You have to maybe decide which one it is. I think it has to do with your genes. Okay, your DNA. Okay. Of or relating to your genes. Okay, and we might write a sentence. The scientist studying genetics had always been interested in DNA. All right, showing that you have an idea of what that word is. All right, make sure you've got everything in the proper font there. Oops, that's not the font I wanted. What font is that? Helvetica. Okay, so actually that's not one of my allowable fonts, is it? So I've been writing this whole thing in the wrong font. So I would go back, select everything, and choose something like, Times New Roman, or Tahoma is one I can use. Put it into the right font. Make sure it's the right size. I can do it in 12 or 10 or 11. And there's my science news report. I print it off, staple the article to the top, and turn it in by Monday at 3:30. Don't forget, always ask questions if you need to.